Yep, it's me again. With one of these video logs. They're going to be uploaded out of order. I have two more. I think I've got two more. Might even be more than that. Before this one, but this one's going to get uploaded first. Today is the civic holiday, 5th of August. And I have wasted all of it doing basically nothing. I'm going to try and not let this turn into an angry rant video about angry rant things, but I make no guarantee. It's a pretty sour day out. If you look, the sun's out now. You can see that, but you can probably also hear that it's been raining basically all day. So I haven't been able to do a whole lot of anything. And I'd have more video logs recorded if it weren't for the fact that people decide that whenever it is that I get out a camera and decide to do something, people decide they want to come out too and start doing whatever it is that they're doing, whether it's yard work, throwing stuff in the garbage can, or whatever it is that they do. They come out here and they waste, 20 minutes and it ruins the entire video and I gotta stop. Really, the only time I can come out here and do things without fear of being interrupted is when the sun sets. And that's not very conducive to video making, I can tell you that much. So, there's one problem. The other problem is that I am phenomenally lazy, so I have I've gotten behind big time on my video editing. There's so many things I need to edit, so many things I need to do. Keep glancing over there to make sure that nobody's decided they're going to come out here and start messing around with things that they really have no business messing around with. So, and of course they complain, oh, you've got all this stuff sitting all over the place, and then they leave their stuff even more in the way than any of my stuff is. It's quite crazy. The latest thing that's apparently drawn some ire is this. Now, this was a stupid idea. I should have never grabbed this. And if I could... Oh, damn it. What was a person about when you're trying to record a video? If it's not the natives, it's one of the neighbors. Not that I can blame them. It's the one time it's probably going to be nice all week. The weather's supposed to be okay. This monstrosity here, I made the mistake of dragging this home. For the simple fact of the matter is I didn't want it to get destroyed by some heathen who wouldn't take care of it, or some copper thieves or anything like that. It still has the cord attached. But it's heavy, and it's big, and apparently it's infringing on the grass. I mean, sure, but that's not grass, so I don't know what you're complaining about. But this is actually a console stereo that I grabbed, again, for no other reason than I didn't have the heart to see it get destroyed, so I grabbed it, dragged it back here. I was going to leave it back here, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to. I'll at least have to move it up a little bit, or clear out all this mess. Could probably use some of those as weights for this, but of course this is going to have to get done, so this stuff has to move. It's on wheels, so I don't understand what the complaining about this is either, but whatever. Again, people love to complain just for the sake of complaining for the most part, really. So this stuff all has to go. What I'm probably just going to do is I'm going to take a picture of it, move that pool pump out of the way because it's not mine, but take a picture of it and list it for free and see if some metal scrapper wants to come by and grab it. Or slowly throw it out on the curb and see if people will grab it that way. But anyway, this stereo, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably make a half-hearted effort at selling it, but if nobody wants it, it's probably going to be left for dead anyway. I'm not going to make a video about it. Like I said, I'm not going to use it. I may take pieces out of it, but God, it's heavy. Very heavy. That was not one of my smartest ideas. But anyway. I had a window air conditioner sitting in exactly the same place for months. A couple years ago, and absolutely nobody complained about that, so I don't see what's different. I don't see what's different at all. So, yeah, that's about where I'm at. It's a sour day, so I'm in a sour mood. But yeah, some progress has been made. There's been some server work that's been done, VM hosts that have been upgraded. I spent entirely way too much money on that project because just about everything that could have gone wrong did. And then, what else? What else got screwed up? I'm trying to think. Recently, some of you might know that I purchased a Drobo Pro on eBay for some ridiculously low price, but still way more than what it's worth, considering the state of the company, which is to say that they're gone and all their resources are gone too. And those things were not very good when they were new, even when they were supported by the company. But the fact of the matter is I bought it, was intending on using it for a backup solution, and it's been about 2 years, but I've finally put the computer together, only to find out that the Drobo device is a brick. Yeah, won't boot properly, and it looks like it's got whatever the previous owner's stuff was is still on it, so it was never factory defaulted, and I don't really think I care enough to fix it, so I think I'm just going to build a custom solution out of that instead of that stupid Drobo piece of crap. Maybe a physical experimentation of RAID Z or something, I don't know, ZFS, I haven't decided. Or ButterFS, that's probably what it'll end up being, is ButterFS. Although that doesn't support... Anyway, I'll figure something out for that. But that's the project that's going to be coming down the pipeline. I'm debating whether or not to upload the Drobo video as is, with the ending. I didn't record a proper ending to that video, though, so maybe not. Maybe I'll just transition it. I think I'll even look for another device. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I don't know that I really want to spend any more money on that, because they're not good. They weren't good when they were new, and they're certainly not good now. They're basically useless now because there's no support for them. My former boss was big into those devices, which is why I even knew about them in the first place and was willing to take a chance on it, because he had good luck with them, but I don't know, it seemed like a waste of money to me. There was a viewer recently, I don't know if they watched these videos, these video logs, there was a viewer recently that clued me into some Optiplex GX280 sitting at one of the local thrift stores. Little did they know that I actually bought one the day before they sent me that message. Which again, that's another waste of money. I mean, it was $10, but it's about $250 too much for a GX280. But I allowed myself to buy one because it had a USB 3.0 card in it. I don't know who puts a USB 3.0 card in one of those. I mean, a GX620 is one thing, but a 280? It's kind of old and outmoded for something like that. But, they did. It's too bad it's a small form factor thing. Just killed a mosquito trying to feed on me. Probably already did. So, whatever. They've been ridiculous this year, and of course they're ridiculous now because it was raining all day, so there's standing water everywhere. But, there wasn't any footage on it, but I actually had lost my HDR CX190 for almost 2 weeks. I couldn't figure out where it was. I was looking for something else yesterday and finally found it. So that was cool. Went to go look, and turns out there's no videos on it. So, yeah, oh well. So that happened. I've got a few more server projects I need to do. Some consolidation work. I need to get another VM host up and running. That's what I came out here to do. Before realizing that there's a mess in there that I'm going to have to move around. And then I'll probably dig through some stuff, take some pictures of some things, list it for sale, which is not your invitation to ask for it and beg for it here in the comments section on this video, because I will dutifully ignore you. So there's that. Probably, thin out some stuff that's sitting around that doesn't need to be sitting around. Ideally, what I do is I find some kind of dumpster to dump all this stuff in, or take it to get properly recycled at like a Best Buy or whatever. But it's in such bad condition that I almost don't even want to take it into a Best Buy. There's like plants. There's like a tree growing in that case right there, which is a little weird. Or maybe it's growing outside the case. I don't know, but I don't even know how something like that happens. But yeah, so that is a thing. This shed is going to collapse, I'm sure. I've got a bunch of crap in there. Man, really I should. Again, it's a lot of stuff that I should just recycle. But there's probably some good things in there. There's a couple VCRs. There's a couple of... there's a pair of Macintosh LC 500s that got smashed in shipping that I hung on to. Maybe shouldn't have hung on to. But I don't know. What am I going to do with them? I did finally get rid of whatever was left of that 5215 that I had. It was sitting around. That was sitting around in pieces for almost a year before I got rid of it. But yeah, I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see what comes up. I gotta do some video editing, and I gotta do some work, get some projects straightened out, and get some things done, and then start clearing some space. If I can find some new things to work on. It just seems, you get one project done, and then you got about 6 more that you gotta do. Because I got another machine that I almost forgot about, that I gotta upgrade the storage on, because it's running out of space. So, never ending. It never ends. You go to work and you do IT work, you come home and you do IT work when this is your hobby. Maybe I should have picked a different hobby. I don't know. But now, if it weren't for my hobby, I probably wouldn't have the job I've got either. So I guess there's one thing. What else did I want to mention? I feel like was worth mentioning. I don't think there's really anything else. This is up at 12 and a half minutes now, so I don't think I'm going to keep you too much longer. I did want to point out that this actually failed. I'm not sure. I think it's got a hard start kit on it now, but I don't remember exactly what the failure was, but it's going to have to get replaced too. That's going to be expensive. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Especially now, because it's the heart of summer and it's been hot recently. But of course today it was cold. Go figure. Oh, not cold. It's still 20 degrees, but colder than it's been. It's not 40 anymore. So that's nice. But, I gotta get some work done. This is now 13 minutes, so I'll see you later.